everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Saints coming in at 2-2, going up against the Lions, who come in at 1-4.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Here's Abdullah. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. Press coverage. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Fells has it, left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
A second down run for Abdullah. And some room to work. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I know it's a cliche, and coaches always talk about it's a team game. We need all 11 to win. But let's face it, Detroit really needs Amir Abdullah to have runs like that all season long.
Missed a lot of time with injuries, especially recently. Now, Theo Riddick wound up leading the Lions in rushing last year for just 357 yards. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Gerald Hodges coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball in the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Forced out to his left. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Breeze now on first down. It's complete. Flainer, right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The Lions gave up 177 rushing yards to Seattle in their playoff loss last year. And DeAndre Levy, their best inside linebacker, no longer with the team. That made Jared Davis out of Florida a really good selection for the Lions.
On second down, here's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll look to run with Ingram. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. 10. 5. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
And a Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play. They decided to go with a dime package. Yep. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. To throw, it's Breeze. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Haloti Ngata in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Now the 9th-year man from LSU, Thomas Morstead, on to punt. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is the former Seahawk, Golden Tate. Now it's Tate. Sheds off the tackle. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. Reminder that coming up later tonight in the national window, we'll see the Giants travel out to Denver to take on the Broncos. And then tomorrow night, it's the Colts and Titans, an AFC South battle from Nashville.
Both of them have designs on winning that division.
They start the drive with Abdullah. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw on second down is Stafford. Flushed out right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field? And they find each other for the completion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. In his 5th year from Appalachian State, it's Sam Martin on to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done? Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
With that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Left side and caught by Fleener. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside. No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. First and 10, here's Breeze. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up second down.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. Under, 11.
They toss to Ingram. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Easy.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Lions have recovered. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Stafford. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. On first down, Abdullah. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, You've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground right at the line of scrimmage.
Not only did he not get the first down, he absorbed a heck of a pop on a perfect form tackle. Shoulder right into the runner, and down he goes.
They'll run here. Abdullah. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Big 20, big 20.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On first down, Stafford here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 6 yards to go here on second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second down, here's Stafford. He goes underneath to Abdullah, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A dump off for Abdullah. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. The final shot before the break. Stafford. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Breeze to throw on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Easy. Ready.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And brought in here by Flainer. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This New Orleans team definitely a second-half club a year ago. In fact, they had the best second-half differential in the NFL, plus 64.
Well, I think head coach Sean Payton does a terrific job of crystallizing in the half, reducing, and then going ahead and being very specific in their attack in the second.
116. Ready.
On 1st down, Breeze. Again has it complete. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And this one's incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. From the gun, here's Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Nick Fairley able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Stafford gives to Abdullah. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it second down. Red zone opportunity. Here's Abdullah running right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Out to the flat for Riddick. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Theo Riddick, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Always important going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On second down, here's Breeze. It's complete. Fleener, right side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now Breeze. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ziggy Ansah. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and it's third down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Throwing now is Breeze. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, In fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 9, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Stafford steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Stafford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be taken at the 13. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Breeze now on 1st down. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Now Breeze. And Ginn's got it. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Coming into the year, Breeze, 465 touchdown passes. Add another one to the total.
You know, it's funny. I just talked with his college head coach, and he told me that when Drew was a sophomore at Purdue, they weren't sure he was truly the starter, even though he started the opening game. And he made a play early in that one where the coach got on the headset and told the rest of the staff, well, fellas, we found our quarterback. Now we got to make sure we find the rest of our team.
Breeze hasn't looked back since. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Operating from the gun. Stafford. And Tate's got it. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. And other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
2nd down following the run. Now Stafford. Fells has it, left side. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the pistol, they'll run with Abdullah. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Stafford fights through it. This is caught. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They run. Abdullah. And he is knocked down from the side. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Being chased out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Alex Okafor in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will give him a 12-point lead. So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You've got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep them out of the end zone.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 23 yards on the play. They go play action here on first down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Bree's going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And brought in here by Flainer. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And this one is incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They go with Abdullah again. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Here's Stafford. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. On second down, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Lions, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the